Hey Naomi, what's up? Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Alckemy. Welcome to the channel. Today we are going to be getting down on some sound design. Hope that you all are doing well and staying cool. We actually have the AC people coming back just because ours brand new AC is not working. Bummer, but whatever. Yeah, I don't really have much else that I want to say. We do have one quick play spell that we're going to play from Velvet Crow, and then we'll hop in. If there's anything that you all want to see as far as sound design or something of the sort, I'd love to know, because that will help me direct what I want to do with the stream. But yeah, I've got Squeak in the background, which you can't see her, but she's there. There she is. She's hot too, so she's just trying to stay cool. But yeah, let's go ahead and hop into the DAW and get into the thing. Weird glitchy shit. So loud. It's kind of cool though. Yeah, it's kind of sweet. If you want to submit an everyday quick play spell, join the Discord down below. Give me 1 second. Discord. And you can post one per day, 15 seconds or less, just an idea, and then I'll play it if there is one next time a stream pops up. So yeah, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and do this. There we go. Sorry, I'm just getting everything to my second monitor. And then I actually have chat over here on this side. Kind of like that. There we go. And let me get my tools. Bro. Thank you. This is going to be on the outside, so you can't see it. I actually finally updated my monitor. Thanks to everybody who supports this channel. But yeah, that flickering thing was driving me nuts. Speaking of glitching and stuff, I was gonna fucking lose my mind. Yeah, that drove me crazy. But everything seems to be okay for now. No crazy glitching or anything, and my monitor looks really nice. It's actually got a higher refresh rate, and it's really nice. What's up, Andrew? Long time no see. Let's make this nice and big for you. Nice and big for me. Know what I'm saying? Alright, so you said glitch. So let's grab LFOs 1 through 4. And these are going to be all dictated by macro 1. So what this means is whenever this is active, then this will, this is basically like mod remapping. And so we can kind of use this to create some interesting stuff. So if we set this to sample and hold, sample and hold, sample and hold. What do we want the source sound to be? Get food while my phone charges. What? Yeah, do we want, what kind of sound do we want the original thing to be? Do we want like a pluck or something something? Do we want a base, or like, what do we want the main patch to be? Be here. I'm just gonna get food while I listen. That's fine. All right. Well, while I'm waiting for somebody to respond. And don't tell me whatever I want. That's like that's the wrong answer. If I say, "Hey, what do you all want to do?" Because if I knew what I wanted to do, I would just do it. Start with sample. All right, we've already kind of getting on this, so. Hey, baby. Yeah. Go to note on random. We'll go to note on random. I was hoping that I could, like, this would just map itself, but apparently not, so. Did I not set this to... Oh, okay. Huh. Oh my gosh, that sucks. Like, I can't just make macro one like indefinitely map to whatever these control. I have to like on every single destination, I have to send this out to where I want it to go. It'd almost be more efficient to like not even do any sound design on oscillator slash mix and like just throw on a bunch of effects and then go ham and then map all of these to, unless if I can highlight all of these together. I don't think I can. Which sucks. It's not the end of the world, but yeah, it's kind of whack. Hey, ISO, what's up? Hey, Blamers, what's up? Been good. I just got started. Somebody asked me to make some glitchy stuff, so it's kind of where we're at right now. All right, I need to set all of these pretty much to macro 1, which is not fun, but whatever. So 1. Oh man. Yeah, remind me to never do glitch stuff inside of SERUM 2 again. Save the patch, do it once. Even if you save the patch, if you change the destination, then it doesn't fix the problem. Because that's what I tried to do at the beginning. Like I tried to just have this go LFO 145 and then send this to macro 1, but unless if you have a destination that's set, hey Nate, on the matrix table in the first place, then you're still gonna have to do this. But every time I do glitch stuff, like I always do it differently, so I never make the same rack. But yeah, this just isn't worth it. This ain't it, chief. Honestly, I generally just make effects racks at random, use BITWIG modulators. Yeah, for sure. But this is for like a SERUM pack that I'm trying to throw together. So it needs to all be contained within SERUM. I want this to have a combination of both dry and wet sounds. Just to make whatever, you know? Okay, so now that we have that, we can kind of get into some of the tweaking here to... There we go. Like, it would be nice if there was a host amount or like a global amount on these LFOs. But since there's not, at least I don't think there is, that would kind of save me a lot of time if that were available. But there's not. Right before you drop, you should modulate your voice like an alien and say, continue the experiment. Isn't that what the output section for the matrix is for? Global amount? Not sure. No, because you still... What I'm doing is mod remapping. So you have a source, LFO1 goes to a destination, and then you have an auxiliary source. So you can't... I'm pretty sure, anyways, that you can't have everything set to a global thing. Because that's what I tried to do here. I tried to just say, all right, LFO1 is dictated by macro 1. But that's not how this works, unfortunately. Although... Wait. That's nice. It's just what I assumed. Nah, yeah, it doesn't work that way, unfortunately. And also... Well, that sucks. Fuck. What if I did it backwards? What if I had these set to a macro? Nah, that still wouldn't work. Well, I have to go back and redo all of this. Hello? Can I get rid of this? That's dumb. I have to do this not all over again, but... Stupid. Serum 2 just, like, isn't really designed for this shit, you know? Like, it's not to say that you can't do it, but... Dear God. We're almost done, thankfully. But still, that's just so stupid. Yeah, that might be a bug. Ran the same thing earlier. Can you assign the macro to the amount section? Hey, Will. Maybe when you open the glitch patch, just have it play a sample which says use faceplant. That's pretty funny. I'm not going to do that, but... Wait, so I have to go back and change this to... Motherfucker. Why did all my auxiliaries be... Why did this delete all of my auxiliary sources? It was a great way to start the day. I'm going to do this because... I'm going to check the menu to see what the output section does. The output section is the global, like the output section is mod remapping. So if you send LFO1 to main tuning, then it goes to the auxiliary source. But you can say, well, I don't want this to control the entire amount of this. I want it to be like half or whatever. But it's on a per destination. Maybe make something smooth and lo-fi next. No, I don't want to do that either, to be honest. But that's what the output does. It's this right here is your mod remapping, but there's no global remapping. Fuck. Stupid. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yeah. It's pretty lame. The things I do for love. Could be worse, but at the same time, it's... Yeah. Hey, Mad. that's crazy too is like this isn't even a crazy patch. But yeah. All right. What do you guys want to do next? Wait, somebody asked me about something. Should I make it macro increases the amount of, yes. Yeah, not being able to remove might be a bug. Funk cowbell. I can do it. It's an octave and a... All right now, but have you thought about getting mini meters for music reviews? It's pretty useful and I see a lot of people using it. Just got a new update today, added some cool new features. No, because what's it called? I'm gaming while I do music reviews. There's something I'm not getting right about this. I don't remember if it's saw waves. Hold on. There's something about the ratios on this that are really important. I just don't remember what those ratios are. Because it's like an octave and a fifth. And like... Coward. Whoa. Easy funk cowbell. Oh, it is a fifth. And they are saw waves. And it's a band pass. Okay. This will make the biggest difference. Yeah, sorry. I forgot what this all entails. It's been a while since I've made this. Actually, wait, I was pretty close. Just purchased SERUM 2, some of those are helping me out. One question, how do I balance to audio so I can resample and layer? It would depend on your DAW. Bro, SERUM is so good, but do I also think certain effects like phase or flanger sound like crap and are lackluster? No, not really. I think they have a sound profile, but I think that if you expect it to sound the way that things do, or like that it's supposed to. Rolling sampler is your friend for bounce. Yeah, I agree with that. Ableton, then you should just bounce in place. Yeah, this does not sound like that. All right, we'll figure it out though. We'll get there. Maybe what I need to do is remove this. There we go. This is having trouble keeping up with my keyboard inputs for some reason. I've only got 18 seconds of latency going on, but what the fuck is going on here? Okay, changing that to mono helped, so whatever. Okay, now we can get on with the other stuff. Oh, dude, like I'd cry. I will say that right now, SERUM is not playing nicely with BITWIG for whatever reason. My friend got rolling sampler and said it really affected his RAM. He was on the edge of not having enough anyway in certain projects, probably just pushed it over the edge. Well, you can set the duration of how long it records to, you know, but I mean, if you have 16 gigs of RAM, you should be fine. We're going to set a long attack and long release on this. What are my digital boxes mounted on? I've been looking for something similar. Oh, this is on Amazon. It's called Fat Toad. It's just a small rack. Yeah, I know what you meant. Yeah, it's a small rack, but to be honest with you, if you can get one like custom made for around the same price that's like wooden, then I think that would be a better option. Because I like this, but the problem is that if I'm doing stuff on camera, you see I have another tripod here, by arm stand, then I have to do it overhead. And I've tried different things to where like I've had it facing this way or whatever, but it doesn't really. But if you're not doing content creation, then yeah, I guess that could work out pretty fine. Pretty okay. Yeah, we're pretty much already there for this. This is definitely a cowbell, so. I'm gonna do another OTT. Soul Steel. Yo, thank you so much, Solomon. Really appreciate that. If any of you are Arcana members, I just put up a sample pack in the Discord that's got over 200 hats. I spent all night making hats last night, so I was just like, okay. And the reason why I spent all night making hats was because I was like, man, I don't have enough hats for this. So I made stuff and then I got it in and whatnot. But yeah, there's a lot of content in there. If you are a member, make sure that you join my Discord and link your Discord to your YouTube account, because that will help open up this stuff for you. Cheers. I've looked at a few different options. Custom wood would sure look nice, but I like how Fat Toad stuff has a small footprint on the desk. Yeah, it does have more verticality for sure. I could understand that. Maybe one thing that we can do to make this a little bit more drift funk is add a smooth and set this to free. And then on this, we'll just set this to a small amount, like 24 to 45. Set that to bipolar. And do the same thing here. 23 to 45. There we go. We can just kind of let that go and do what it wants to. Yeah, you see how now it kind of has that weird... Oh shit. Maybe we can do some chorus on this, and then we can set a mix here with a macro, because this will kind of be able to make it a little bit wider. Yeah, each hit is slightly different and slightly wonky. And then we can also go here and turn the mix up if we want this to have more reverb. Probably also do that on the size, but not by a lot, just a bit. So hey honey, I'm hot, but I'm alright. Can I ask you for a favor? There's some deodorant in the bathroom. I was wondering if you can grab me that. I'm going to put deodorant on in front of you all because our AC is not working. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You doing okay, baby?
Yeah. I turned off the fan because it was just blowing hot air.
Yeah.
It's 85 in here.
Yeah. It's a little toasty. That's okay. Could be worse. Thank you, honey. More analog or whatever the kids say. Yeah, slight imperfections. There we go. Yeah, I appreciate the suggestions. What do you all want to see next? Or what do you all want to do? I've already done tons of basses and Reese's and stuff. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to include from 97 to 66. Oh my God. That's like get sick type stuff. Like actually like a cold or something, you know? But yeah, I've got all these drums that I've already made for the SERUM 2 masterclass. So I think what I'll do is if anybody bought the masterclass, I'll probably offer a discount, because I don't think that there's any reason for me to make more drums. I think that these all sound fairly good. I don't remember what they sound like, but... yeah, these are fine. That was a single perk. Nice. Yeah, so I don't think that there's any reason for me to make more drums, because like that should be totally usable. The rip and tear patch, I think that's a bass patch. Where is it? Oh, there it is. I'm over here doing it. I legit just sung the ABCs to myself to try to like say, is it P or R that comes next? Yeah, that's what that one is. We've got some other ones in here that sound pretty freaking cool. What were they though? I don't remember. This one I'm going to have to redo because the stuff that I took out from this still sounds cool, but yeah.
Referring to logbook.
Lobotomy sound. it's all good. Hey Jimmy, what's up? Yeah, that one's pretty cool. I think rightly bass bark. Some of these that I made I really liked for just like starting out. First patch, neuro, hyperchorus. Let me out, like so like if you were to take like a multi-pass rack over this, and that's kind of what SERUM is. Like people say like, oh, SERUM is good for getting like quick and dirty sounds or whatever, and you can do some cool shit with it, but I always feel like even now you need to do more stuff on the outside of it, and that's why I don't like making presets for SERUM, because whenever I release stuff, I want it to be as complete as possible. But like, you know what I mean? I mean, even this probably needs like a fuse compressor or something, but the timbres and stuff that you get out of it are really nice. But yeah. All right. What do we want to do next? Yeah, I think everybody wants that within the grid as well, but I don't think that's ever going to happen, to be honest. How many patches do I have? Fuse compressor really is probably the best OTT type compressor. I think so too. But there's other ways to get like good high end without it. What processor is needed for SERUM 2 to run? I mean, I've been with Mac since 2010, so I would say if you at least have an M1, you're probably fine. What is Argent? Let me actually, no, I don't have to do this. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. I'm not going to use all of these, but we'll just count it for now. Oh, sorry, dude. Look, man. Look, bro. Okay? Like, come on. All right, how many of these do I have? 88. 63. Cool. So like, I mean, I could essentially put a pack out now if I wanted to. There's a bunch of different shit in here that's interesting. I just want to go back and clean them up, but I don't know. If I did say, yeah, I don't want to do that. Because that's the thing, is like, I never want someone to regret whatever they buy. You know, I want somebody to open up something from me and then be like, damn, that was fucking cool. And that's just like how I've been for years, you know. But if I did, all good. I linked it in the Discord. You check out. It's supposed to be the Mick Gordon Doom sound. Oh, I do know what you're talking about. Yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about. But you can still achieve that with, I mean, if you have a couple of fuse compressors, you can still do that. But is that the FL Studio one? Or is it an actual VST? Because like I said, if you know what you're doing, like you can also achieve some of that with wave shaping, because that's what wave shaping essentially does. Just as some, hey, here's some information for people. This thing right here, this, even though this is a quadrant, this is only like this is only reflecting another quadrant. That's 4 of these, that this will continue down to this side and go up and whatever, if you've seen Trash 2. But at the center of this is the 0 crossing pretty much, and this is where the amplitude is at 0. And then this is reflects the quiet parts of the sound. And as you continue to go up, it reflects the loud parts of the sound. So if you essentially do something like this, like let's say you kind of keep this exponential, but then you go bloop, you're essentially taking anything that has any amplitude and pushing it to the maximum of whatever the VST will allow. Because it's not going to be 400, you know, it's not going to be like infinite decibels or whatever. But what it will do is it'll pull it right up and make it as loud as possible. And then if you do it again and you do it again, and then you send it through a compressor, you can essentially get something that's similar to your Doom compressor. This is something that I talked with Cage about a couple years ago, but that's essentially what the Doom compressor does, is it takes everything from like minus 400 decibels and pushes it right up to 0. I have a quad core Xeon, and when I press more than 3 notes at the same time, my CPU crashes. You might go here to the global and run this at good and see if that helps. But I don't know, dude. I don't really know what, yeah, increased buffer as well. I don't really know if a quad core Xeon is good or not, to be honest. But I you know what, I will say that SERUM 2 is notorious for being like super CPU hungry on some devices. I think it's just a bug though. I'm not sure, but yeah. SERUM 2 isn't my favorite synth. It's okay. There's some unique things to like about it, but I just, you know, but I know that it's super popular, and I know that it's more popular than Faceplant, so I wanted to put a product out that people will enjoy and appreciate. But yeah, I was thinking like, how would you all feel if I charged $35 for 100 patches, give or take, around 100 patches? And honestly, I would charge 30, but the $5 charge would be for paying the processing fee from PayPal or Stripe or whatever somebody buys. I've been doing that upwards compression with the Melda Spectral Dynamics, and it's super clean sounding. I like SERUM Sound Engine, but it has limitations. That's super reasonable. Yeah, like I'm not trying to clean you out, you know. I really want this to be stuff for people that is going to be accessible, and so having a lot of these different sounds should be, yeah, I want to get it in your hands. I don't need to make a ton of money off of it. I don't really, I mean, obviously I want to make a lot of money, but I would rather make money through more sales than charging out the ass for something that, you know, already has a lot of competition. And nobody makes sounds like me. Like I have my own unique style, but at the same time, I'm not like, oh, look at my shit, it's so good. That's not really the right attitude that I want to take. That being said, is there anything else that you all want to see with SERUM, or anything else that you want me to try or want me to do? Why is it doing that? That's strange. Only if I buy preset packs, either for inspiration when I'm stuck, or it just means to support the creator. Well, I appreciate that, but like, I'd still want it to be something that earns your money, you know? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. I was like, what the fuck? I forgot that I put something on the patch. Thank you. Yeah. Let's go FM. I'm gonna change this to a harmonic. I feel like a synth like Current is way better optimized than Serum 2. Yeah, but the difference is that Serum 2, well, the major difference for me is Serum 2 has unlimited effects, and it also has, well, shit, it has a custom wave shaper, it has the spectral, it has the MIDI stuff, so like pretty much a piano roll built into it, and it has a wavetable maker. And my biggest complaint with Current is that it does not have a wavetable maker, and I don't think it's ever going to. Which I work with them. I don't work for them. I work with them some from time to time and do like sponsored videos and stuff. And I'm like, guys, you need this. You need this. And they're like, nope. And I'm like, okay. I tried. I tried. I'm gonna set this to harmonic as well. Set this to bipolar. Grab that. Just do this a little bit more here. It's also because they chase I only work from presets crowd. Well, no. Yeah, actually. For me, the value of current is in its effects, which I can and have bought separately. I've purchased fuse compressor. That's the only one I really think I would actually purchase, to be honest. If I need modulation, I use BITWIG these days, so that's kind of... I do think that their wave shifter is good. I think that... what else do they have that's pretty sick? Like, I like their effects, but as far as, like, what I needed at the time, like, if I didn't have those things already, then they're good purchases, but... cluster delay is good, their phaser is good, their chorus is good, but I mean as a means of like, you need this, you know, like you need to buy this. I feel like fuse compressor is probably the only one that I'm like, yo, like everybody should have this regardless of what you already have. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this is gonna be sick. Maybe set this to here, and then maybe set this to a mix. Filter 1 and filter 2. Those are both going in parallel, I think. Yeah. I'm gonna try to send this into filter 1 first. Sorry, filter 2, and then send that into filter 1, and then that can go to the main. Probably be easier to do that in another way. Another current effects, riff, fuse, wave shifter, morph EQ. Yeah, morph EQ is kind of cool too, but I feel like they missed the mark on a lot of that, to be honest. Yeah. The other stuff didn't seem interesting enough for you to commit to buying it. That's fair. Let's grab a notch. Like, there's a couple of things. Like, for one, the dB gain on those are I don't know, it feels like it's like super subtle for one, but two, there's no built-in modulators, which if you have BITWIG it's fine, but I feel like that's like one of the biggest points to having Morph EQ was to be able to move it itself, but it doesn't do that on its own. Like you have to, if you have something that doesn't have modulators, like what, Studio One, or I guess you have Fruity Peak controller, but FL Studio, then you have to do all that shit with automation, and that's really annoying. But there's just some like other workflow things that I don't like about it. Let's see if I can remind myself what those are. There was something about this that I was like, this is really annoying. Yeah, I think that you can't modulate the resonance, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so that's one thing that I don't like. I do like the pinch and the spread and the shift and stuff. That's pretty cool. And this is like the one EQ that does that you can shift everything. And that you can also scale. So this is actually super useful. But the way that I would use this for bass design is not like this. So like this isn't the way to do this, to be honest. Am I not holding? No, I'm not. So like this is how most people work with this kind of stuff, right? Is they'll create like a complex thing like this or whatever. But I actually think that rather than doing like all of the morphing and all that other stuff, kind of like so. Right? Whatever. No, just do it like this. Find your points. Like this. Create a vowel. Kind of like this. Whatever. You know, just hypothetically. And create a low pass. Kind of like so. This could be the only one that travels, if at all. So you do something like this to where it will morph here. But everything else should pretty much be tied to a different macro, and this is why I don't like that there aren't modulators, because it should be this, it should be this, to where you can scale this, and it should be this, to where you can adjust this. Something like this, that's where... What's going on here? Oh, I think it needs to go back. So, morph. This is too much. But this is how you would make cool shit. Does anyone here use an interface like BITWIG Connect? If so, what do I think of it? I have a review for it on the channel. Yeah, there was something else that bothered me about this. 36 dB. Low pass. I can't remember what it is, but yeah, it's cool. I think that the way that they market it and all that other stuff with like, oh, look at how, you know, it moves around and whatever. It's like the way that they designed it, it does not cater to who is going to use it the most. That's the best way I can say that. And that was, I'm pretty sure I reviewed Morph EQ, and that's what I said in my review. Notch, delay. More distortion. Convolution reverb. Create something short. Yeah, I was considering it, but the tariffs raised the price a lot. Yeah, by like $50, I think. I was really hoping that they were going to let me keep it, but they said, no, you can't keep it. And I was like, sad. Thought I went up more than that. No, it's $600. At least in America. 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 Fuck yeah. Really wish Morph had steeper shelves. Pro Q type shows. Shades does and has more. As I honestly don't like Shade either. Not a fan of Shade. Workflow of that is so wonky. Sorry, I'm not trying to come off as a hater. Or am I? Who cares? But yeah, it's not my thing. Throwing shade on shade. Hold on, let me finish making this patch. I like that. Let's set this to like 110. I think it was already there, but well, that's nasty. Well, okay. I'm glad that worked out the way I wanted it to. Oh my god. I love this. That's so fucking cool. Yeah. It's 87. A swift death. I know you're shining down on me from heaven. That
All
would.
you have to do is what that guy say. I'll get you a cape, then you'll be super mad. Just one of those things.
Right. I'm good. Thank you for asking, honey.
Babe, how'd you get in those jeans? Is that a love handle?
Wait, no. If you say, how'd you get in those jeans, that's actually a compliment.
Oh, like you got a fat ass?
Yeah, don't you know that Genuine song?
No.
Or wait.
Don't you know that Tchaikovsky's song?
Wait, hold on. Bobby Valentino, I think. Or is it Genuine? Chat, is it Genuine or is it Bobby Valentino? In those jeans, is there any more room for me? You know what I'm talking about? In those jeans, looking good and scrumptious. Explosion sound effects next? Yeah, it's Genuine. Okay.
See, you just have to not eat my food one time.
I'll just bring up that time that you were like, I can't eat your steak. I'm like,
that did happen. Yeah.
Fuck it up. What's going on here? How did that happen? It's actually kind of cool. Whoever mentioned the mini meters update, damn, very sick. I just bought Process Audio Decibel, which is another monitoring suite you can use for iPad, Android as an extra screen, and I love it. Now I have like 4 screens, so I'll probably be using both of them. When I couldn't afford it, I pined for a modular so bad. Now I can afford it, and I'm like, meh. I actually have a question for you. I've been kind of keeping my eye open. Actually, not to single you all out, but can I get a raise of hands if anybody owns modular or hardware synths? Or is like up to date on the knowledge base of that anyways? Even if you don't have it, that's yeah, so I fucked up. I'm gonna back up a bit. You have some hardware. What do you have? What you got? What would you say you think is like the most comprehensive hardware synth? It's actually pretty cool. At least for the price range. Like, take the price range out of it. Wait, let's say the price range was $5,000. What would be the most comprehensive? Hypothetically. I'm gonna call that Ghetto Blasta. Was there something I was gonna do before I finished this patch? Or after I finished this patch? I have a modular synth, but I didn't buy it. I built it myself. I'm an electronics engineer. That's fucking cool. Yeah, like, I asked myself a question the other day, and I was like, what else does my studio need? And I keep coming up short with, like, nothing. I thought about upgrading my speakers to the Focal Shape Twins, but this has better low end, and they're also cheaper. I also already own them, so I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna get the new Focal, or I'm not gonna get a new pair of Focals. I thought about getting a sub, but I'm in a condo, so I'm not gonna do that as much as I want to. What others are talking about. I thought about getting the Iridium Core. Focal Evo Twins. Can you see them? I guess you can't. But yeah, Focal Evo Twins. And I fucking love them. They're fantastic monitors. It's just that this room kind of stinks. Like, this isn't the best. I do have a small amount of treatment in here, but not a whole lot. We're on the same page if I'm considering the Iridium Core. Yeah. Get an SSL mix console. I mean, what will that do for me? Like, most of my mix, I don't even really mix, to be honest. And I already have an analog heat plus effects if I want to send it through any kind of like heavy compression or like analog distortion, or analog saturation rather. Oh, these monitors are so kick-ass. I actually have not, like, between all of the producer friends that I've been to, actually that's not true. My friend Kyle has Barefoot monitors, and those are pretty nice. But I don't know if they're that much better than what I have. Speaking of, I need to call him. I hadn't talked to him in forever. I'm probably going to have him over here as a host at some point to do like another collab, but getting him over here is like pulling teeth, because the only thing that he ever wants to do is be outside. And I'm like, what do you mean? You're a producer. Get your ass back in the fucking cave and cook. Get back in the cave and cook. Show me your raccoon eyes. It's where I get to a point where it's like I could shell out for swanky speakers, but I feel like I need to treat my room to get the best of them. I would say the Focals, the ones that I have, are a nice middle ground, because you'll be able to fill your sub. They also have good mids and highs. And I rent because the housing market is fucked, so I'm not buying a house anytime soon. Raccoon eyes? What? But yeah, if you have a chance to like listen to some Focal Evos and like listen to the music that you like, those are really good. Focal Shape 65 here, and I love them. I was thinking about the Shape Twins. But yeah, from my reading and from Chat GPT, they said that it doesn't have or those don't have as good of low end as the Evos. I think that my listening position is also too low, but I don't really want to lower these. My mate has the twins. Sounds amazing. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. What kind of sound do you all want to do next? Wait, I think somebody said it in chat. I mentioned the mini meters, BITWIG Connect. Yeah, I'm going to get a BITWIG Connect at some point. I just don't know when, and I'm not in a rush to get one. I might see, I'm like, hey, maybe I can do some video stuff or whatever for a discount like I did when I first started working with BITWIG. But sorry, I work with them. I don't work for them. Like I do collaborations and stuff with them. I will say that when I had the BITWIG Connect, one of the major issues that I have with my, what is it, Universal Audio Volt, is that do you all have that problem with your interface that if you turn the volume too low, then sound only starts to come out of one side of the speaker? Oh, explosion effects. That's right. Yeah, I could do that. I had HHB Circle 5s. I don't know what those are. A5X, and I'm happy with them in my very small room. Xiaoku has the Atom 7s, and I think they're okay. I wasn't really blown away by them, but I think that they seem really good for the price point that they're at. And I think that when I went to Frequent's house, I think that he was also on Atom Audio, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't really think that it was the speakers. I think that it was just Frequent and Copycat just like fucking ripping. I was at their house while they were finishing up the Upscare album, and they were working on Cube. And I was kind of like, oh my god, what is going on? Cube. Wheel. Yeah, I think Nolan. I don't know, I might ask him or something. Yeah, explosion effects. I mean, really the thing with explosions is just noise. And something like this. Maybe go like this. Go here. Why is this doing that? What? What the fuck? Oh, okay. I was like, what? Distortion. Filter 2. Noise. Going to remove this. And then I'm going to grab these guys. And then we can kind of just manipulate some intermodular distortion with this. What? What? Oh. I was like, what the fuck? It's tricky to judge speakers in another room because it's like how much is the speaker and how much is the room. Yeah, that's true. Like their detail in the soundstage is pretty good. I wanted to like Adams, but it gave me ear fatigue. Although I can comfortably say the best speakers I've heard was lucky enough to listen to a couple of my favorite tunes and some Bauer and Wilkins. I think they're called 800Ds. 800Ds. Just kidding. I don't know. Way above my pay grade. What about like if you're in a small room? Have you considered the Genelecs? That was a consideration for me as well. Envelope. Yeah, I am, personally. Added to the harshness. This might be loud. Do harmonics here. Go FM. Sorry. Sorry. Hey, Aaron. Yeah, I feel like this would come first before this other stuff, but yeah, that sounds kind of realistic in the sense of there you go. Something that's kind of like an explosion. Explosive. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Anything else that you all want to do next? I'm trying not to sweat my ass off. Boom, 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 boom. Oh. Real Lexicon LX480 PCI cards once. I don't know what those are, to be honest. Ouch. Let me see. We've got pads, we've got bases, we have plex, we've got kind of effects, we've got neuro stuff. Yo, thank you, Mark. I really appreciate that. Soul Steel. Stomps, spooky blueprints. This one I really like. This one is just a great way to Lexicon is a hardware. Oh, cool. It's a cool bass. That's the one we just made. This one's funny. a meme, but it's pretty funny. I know. What about synthesizing a distorted guitar? That's cool. Yeah, I could. I mean, it'd probably just be saw wave. For some reason though, like my computer is just fucking chugging. I wonder if it's because I have faceplant open. Nope. Yeah, what is going on here? I've got plenty of CPU left. What about my GPU? I think my GPU is more powerful than my CPU, so what the fuck? Wait, what? Wait, hold on. I need to get rid of this. Maybe. But BITWIG is multi-core, so... Let me see if I can get rid of that. Okay, you want to play rough? Okay, you want to play rough? Shit, you can't hide from Daisy Disk. That's the issue I run into. BITWIG's usage will, but 1 and 2 cores will be capped at 100%. Ew. Yeah, let me see if I can delete that real fast because that thing comes up a lot. It's like Epoch Cam wants to, and I haven't used Epoch Cam in whatever, but wait, can I search? Scan cloud. I guess there's no search feature? Well, shit. Epoch. How do I figure out where this is? It's because even though it's multi-core, more cores equals more tracks, but being able to process more stuff. Yeah, but I think BITWIG still runs at multi-core or multiple cores. But like, look, I have like nothing. I had nothing going on. Maybe I need to go into my secret library or my hidden library. Option. There we go. Epoch. Host bridge. How do I find this? Where is this stupid thing? There it is. I think. Plugins. Key creator, plugins. On Mac. Mac. Good question. Can I look at the load on each core? Yeah. No. I don't think on each core. Actually, I do think you can on each core, because what it will say is, like, if it's taking up more than one core, then what will happen is, you see how that said 100, 115? So this is taking up a core right now. But even still, if you look at this, it's like I'm only using about 2 cores of CPU here. Yeah, so looking at this, I've got quite a bit. Application support, Elgato, capture device utility. I think this is what I want here. Key creator. No, these are my extensions. But maybe I can go into my accessibility. No results. Okay, I'll find it later. Sorry, guys. No, you can't do that with Mac, I don't think. Yeah, either way, it's still doing it, so. How do you physical model tension? That's an interesting question. Hey, Aaron, what's up, dude? Okay, so I guess it would be the same. But rather than breath control, you would need something that creates a brighter tone. So I guess it's still based off of the Car Plus model, but all right. Need a cabinet. Oh my god. It's getting hot. Amplitude modulation from B. Source, we can go note on random, discrete. Random, discrete. So that way it's a little bit random. I'm actually glad that you asked me about this because something that I was thinking about was I need to get better at making leads. Do I want a cheat code? Not yet. Trying to just get the chug. What else is creating that high resonance? Is it the growl? There we go. And maybe what I can do is just make this like super short. Put this on LFO or envelope 3. Go to the master tuning. Global main tuning. Discrete.
The tech is about 10 minutes away. I'm going to turn it on, okay, so they can see.
Yeah, I mean, my cheat codes for this would be to use an amp and then to use convolution reverb and like a fuzz distortion or something, but I'm not really sure what else I could do within this for any kind of physical modeling trick in order to get this to have that. But the other thing is trying to model the strings themselves with a tension chord. And like even modeling like cellos or like violins and stuff is a different thing because a lot of times you're not doing a pizzicato with them. You're doing, you know, sustained notes. But yeah, I don't know. What you got? What do you want me to try? Yeah, and that's what I did here. That was like the first thing that I went for. But Let me see if I actually have a cab impulse response.
Anybody out of the mini?
I think the order of operations is the wrong way around. Well, I'm using 2, so I'm using 1. Why would the cab be at the end of the chain?
Here comes the police station.
Yeah. Yeah, to me that doesn't make a big enough difference. I think that I honestly just need a better cab. Here in a room with electric thing making the sound you hear. Well, no, sometimes you go from a cab into an amp, you know what I mean? Or sometimes the cab is built into the amp. What was I gonna do? Sample pack. Let's see if I have something in here. Cab. Cab mic back into the amp. Good. Taxi cab, cabinet chunk. This is all I have? Whatever, we can try it. What is going on with my fucking computer? That sounds more like a piano. Yeah, so we would just need to get the right impulse response for the convolution reverb. Whatever. I'll save this as a whack guitar. Let me see if I can just start a new project and see if that helps at all. Or what I'll do here in a second is I'm gonna see if okay, that seems to be doing okay. What if I pull up a different one? Because I think that whatever is going on has to do with BITWIG, personally. now it, well, shit, now it's working fine. So what happened? Was it Faceplant that did that? Because Faceplant, I know, has been doing that off and on for no reason lately. Yeah, I mean, there's other things that I think about when it comes into trying to design a guitar though. Like tension is a really good instrument from Ableton because it has a bunch of CarPlus stuff built in to that. But I don't know what that DSP looks like. Anytime I have physical model stuff, it's usually bells or like woodwinds, or like, sorry, bells or any kind of winds. But yeah, I've doing strings, I'd have to. No, that seems to be working okay too. So what causes this to start being all fucked up? Oh, there we go. See, now it's all... Yeah, I think it's Faceplant, dude, because look at this. You guys see this? Ooh, it's a ghost. Like, what the fuck? Okay, I want to see if this is also from... If this also happens on Ableton. Like, is it my computer or is it the program? Yes. I forgot that Zayaku and I did this in Ableton. This would probably be a good example anyways to try, because hello? Okay, so that's working the way it needs to. God. Okay. Still working fine. Yeah, I think... Fuck. BB. Missing. Whatever. I have the stems of this, so it's not a big deal. That's
It's really hot.
probably a hat. Yeah, it's a little toasty. Oh, yeah, it's from here, so just a hat. That's fine. Yeah, so can kind of confirm that whatever the fuck is going on here has to do with BITWIG being stupid. So now what do I do? I could try to download the newest beta, but I don't really know. Okay, babe.
Sorry, what's happening, baby?
It's okay. You're
She said that.
Hey, you paid to get it fixed, so I have nothing to complain about. Yeah. I am hot. It's really fucking hot in here, but it could be way worse. Could be worse. All right. Anything else that you all want to see from Serum? Hello? The fuck? Yeah. Anything else? I kind of want to turn my gear on, but yeah. But it's so hot that I don't want my gear to overheat and get cooked. Oof. I know what I could do. And create a factory. On source, note, random. On that note, I'm gonna head out. All right. Well, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. I had a good time. Have a good rest of the day. Be able to tune in for a change. Yeah. Appreciate you coming in.
it's gonna go up on the roof. He said the unit on the roof isn't even going. It's just circulating the same air.
So the AC on top isn't even firing?
Yeah, so he's gonna go check it out.
Oh my god. What the fuck? Thank you, honey. It's pretty nice. So what I'm doing is I'm just trying to turn this, excuse me, trying to turn this into a C factory to where this just basically creates all different kinds of timbres. That's pretty cool. To try to get the most variety of sound, and what I can do is probably do a lot of this stuff, to be honest, to where we can mess with that subtly from A. So now we've got a little bit of some feedback stuff going into this, which is kind of cool. There we go. Dope. So the reason why this stuff is good is because we can go right click and go slice and place. Kind of cut it at the threshold here. Ooh, that worked out nicely. Ooh. Have you all played The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker? Ooh, thank you. Fucking beetle. Okay, dope. So with all of this, sorry, just doing some light cleanup here. Could probably be a little bit more aggressive with the onset stuff, I think. Dude, snap to the waveform. Yeah, dope. Okay, so what's cool about this is we can go rename, and we'll call this Alck Serum C samples. Wait, what? Okay. Alck Serum C samples. We go like that. We go like this. We go boom. And now, go like this. Desktop, new folder. Serum 2 samples. Alckemy. I'm gonna move this over here. I'm gonna go to like this. And all these things that I bounced out, I can drag into this. Go 52. Dope. And now because of that, I could save this. We'll call this granular factory maker. Initial preset, like this, granular. Toss this in here and then now we can mess with this stuff. Is there a way to make this That's funny. It's already back to doing its dumb shit. What is up with BITWIG, man? Like, my CPU isn't even being taxed. Windows Server? I mean, it hasn't jumped up at all, so what the fuck? I don't know. Dude. Yeah, if it's not from a specific song. interest in like recreating sounds from other people anymore, just because I do my own thing. I spent like, I still do it from time to time, but the thing is like, I don't know, I'm kind of over that. Most people, unless if it's something that's just like so fucking cool, like most people phase out of that I know anyways, because it's like, unless if it's something that is so simple, it's really hard to tell. I know, babe. I know. Hi, Jeff. Jersey saying hi. She's hot too. Hi, sweetie. Hello, sweet girl.
Recording to logbook.
Hey, thank you so much for the follow. I don't know how to say your name because it's in Russian, but thank you. Subscribe for Doggo. Yeah. Yeah. Ugh. Gross. You're all slobby. I know you're hot, babe. I know you're hot. I know. I know. I know, sweet girl. I've been trying to get her to teach her how to speak. She's not very cooperative. I feel that it's the bass line from Needed by Rihanna. It should be simple, though my bass always seems to be too resonant. Well, let me see what it is. Give me 1 second. Rihanna, that's... Needed me. No. Wait, no, I just had it. God damn it. Alright, hold on a sec. Dude, you can't even keep a pitch. Jesus. It's just a Reese. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm gonna do the best I can, but that's like, that's so simple. Oh, there's a drop? Okay. Like, honestly, it's just a really low... So what you want to do is just take out the mids. I'd probably want to use like an EQ, to be honest, because just a notch isn't going to be enough. You need something that's going to actually be able to take out. And if you want to make it more crunchy on top, then that's where you can go into like so you can pull back off of that high end there if you need that too. But I mean, that's pretty much. I'm not even going to save this patch, to be honest. It's so simple that, you know, and then if you want to give it some movement, then that's what I could gather from listening on the iPad. I'm not going to play this. The reason why I don't do song requests is because I don't want to play it on stream. But I mean, this is pretty much, yeah. That's what I would do anyways. If it's too resonant, you just need to cut more. So unfortunately, SERUM only has like a few tools that you can use to be surgical. But what you would do most likely is instead of trying to do it here, you would just have like an insanely wide gap with an EQ. That's all there really is to it. And whatever timbre you're fishing for, like that's the part where I'm like, hey, this is exactly what I'm talking about with like stopping yourself from trying to be exact, because the thing is like the way that it's mixed, you know, the engineering behind it, all that other stuff, there's no way to tell. But there you go. That's about as close as you can get, or close as I can get right now, without listening to it on big speakers. But even still, it's just a saw wave. Yeah, is there anything else that anybody wants me to try? Or rather, wants me to add into the pack. I know, baby. I know. I know. I know you're hot. Smiling the whole time I was doing it? Yeah, for sure. Pretty simple. Singular hardstyle kick? Yeah, I could probably do that. Let me reference how I did this in Faceplant. Because I did something very interesting with it, but I don't remember what it was. Nah, that's not it. This is more like what we're looking for. Alright, what did I do? I don't think I've ever seen that way before. I think just a parallel chain with... Oh, this is what it is right here. Okay, yeah. So, it needs to have a telephone EQ. That's what creates that. Sub. Double sub. Oh, everything is funneling back into there. So we need a top layer and we need a low layer. Okay. I'm gonna send this into bus 1 and bus 2. Let's grab a filter, or let's get some distortion rather. Grab a utility and just turn this down for now. Oh, I can feel it cooling off. Thank God. Alright, so we want to create something kind of like this. Aw, Jersey, it's okay. It's okay, Jersey. Okay, let's grab an envelope. Up to... Sorry. Hey, so
It's fixed.
what happened?
They said because the unit is brand new, it has several new sensors to prevent like overheating and to prevent certain stuff. And so they said the sensor was just extra sensitive and it went off when it shouldn't have gone off. So
Oh,
it shut off the one up there. So he recalibrated everything and he said, just call if anything happens again. But I asked him like, hey, should we look at the electrical? Did anything happen with the electrical? And he's like, no, it was the unit
just the
itself.
sensor.
Yeah.
Well, it's starting to cool off already.
I know, right? It was like immediate.
Yeah. Thanks, honey.
Sorry it even happened.
Oh, it's not your fault.
Is your camera on?
Yes.
They see me kissing. Oh, my glass.
Love you. We're gonna do another filter here. Oh, stop.
Do you think she needs to go out or can we wait?
Maybe take her out to pee. I mean, when did I think I took her out at like,
Okay.
yeah, like 12:30 or 1. So she probably needs to go out. Oh my God, it's starting to like cool off so fast. There we go. Yeah, we're starting to get there. There we go. Yeah, so this is how we get that like much better. Oh god. Oh god. Yeah, so yeah, I would say that's pretty hardstyle-esque, right? As attitude. We would need to do key tracking on this in order to get it to like to be able to play keys with it, because right now we can only hit G. But that's how, like, that was the trick to doing that. And then if you want to make it into like a gabber kick, then you need to what's it called? Then you need to like do more EQ posts and stuff, but yeah, it's pretty sick. Hard tile cack. Yeah, with the phase plant one. Boosting this and then raising this as well is kind of a big thing with that. But what else did I add to this? Just convolution, cone filter, filter table. Yeah, I took out the low end. Yeah, dope. Cool. What's next? What else do y'all want to see? I know I should have left that as hard tile keck, but I feel like that could have been offensive to some people, and I didn't want to necessarily do that. Yeah. What else do y'all want to see? Been tuning in and out. Have I done many leads? Yeah. Well, not many, but done enough. Weird cowbell? I thought I did another one that was like a funk cowbell. Oh, needs more cow, yeah. Bases, garage stuff. Explosions. More basses, bells, pads, audio rate lead. This thing was cool. I don't remember what it was exactly, but yeah, this was sick. It's definitely doing stuff. That's You're hurting? What just changed that? Oh, that's what did. That's interesting. So if you have any kind of FM that changes that. Strange. Sick. Don't. Yeah, that's pretty dope. Yeah, we need I need like a different guitar sim. Because the convolution ones that they have, there's only 2 of them, and I don't think that they're very good, to be honest. But this does sound great. Yeah, I feel like audio rate modulation and sync is probably the my go-to for making leads and stuff. I guess like you could do FM as well, but that ends up becoming more bellish. or more like too metallic, I guess. Yeah, and the other thing with these patches is that I don't have a lot of macros set up, but I don't really like want to have a lot of macros set up. Sick. I think this is just a soundscape maker. Yeah, that's really like the only 808 patch I feel like somebody would need, to be honest. But tons of presets so far. Yeah, thanks so much. Appreciate it. It's coming along. And I'm kind of pacing it, so like I'm not just like sitting down and doing sound design in it every day. I'm just doing like a little bit here, a little bit there, and then the other 2 days I'm kind of spending more time actually making music. So the pacing is not too difficult or not too crazy. Yeah. Is there anything that anybody else wants to see? I made quite a few sounds today, so there's that. That's so cool. Yeah, it's pretty dope. Sorry, I'm doing a lot of stretching, but my back feels like this, and so I'm just trying to like give it a break, ease off of it a bit. Yeah, anything else that anybody wants to see? Anyone? Bueller? Bueller? All right. Well, I don't really have anything else that I want to do with Serum today either, to be honest. That being said, I did. You know what? Whoa, what was that about? I'm gonna leave this for all the Ether members. So if you're an Ether member or an Arcana member, I'm gonna upload that to the Discord. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you all supporting the channel. Here we go. All right. Well, thanks for joining me, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow with tune feedback while I play Mario Kart or some other game. I don't know if I'm going to play Mario Kart, but we'll see. I appreciate you. I hope that you had as much fun as I did today, and Be on the lookout for more tutorials and stuff coming out here in the future. Much love, everybody. Thank you so much.